More voter irregularities surfaced in the Racine recount on Monday. Poll workers in the 36th ward pre-initialed 168 ballots that were never used.
I would not call that a crime. However, the law is that you are supposed to be initialing those ballots and handing them out as voters are coming into the...
What the GAB manual says is that the chief inspectors at each poll station, each ward, are supposed to protect their ballots and make sure that the public cannot get at them. And part of that is to make sure that the poll workers don't initial a large number of ballots ahead of time, because all it takes is someone to swipe that off a table and start running them through a machine, and we have fraud.
McIver News tracked down the chief election inspector from that ward, who also initialed some of those live ballots. She says that would not have resulted in any fraud.
That is totally impossible.
How's that?
Because we being captains, we're in that to make sure everything is done right.
Okay.
So no, that's totally impossible.
Okay. Have there been other high volume elections where you've done that before, or?
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
This is just not the first one.
Okay.
Everybody make mistakes, and so it was mistakes all around. It
Yeah.
wasn't that we had to go in and fraudulently put names down and different things like that. Some people just walked away and forgot to sign. That's all.
Okay.
It wasn't nothing. It is what it is. People did what they did to come in and vote, and that was it.
Other areas of concern that arose during the Racine recount include torn ballot bags, broken seals on the bags, voters failed to sign poll lists, and new registrations without addresses being recorded. Senator-elect John Lehman says all this is not a problem.
I think it's an example of our Republican friends just being full of hot air and baloney. I think if you look at what really happened in Racine, we have tremendous rules in place. We had a really good faith effort to conduct a wonderful election here in Racine and across the state. And they just can't accept the fact that they've lost this thing, that's all. That's what's going on here. They want to talk about perceived voter fraud. As far as we're concerned, there were some irregularities here, but nothing that really affected vote totals. And you've seen that consistent vote totals on election night with the canvass, and then again with the results today.
The Wanggaard campaign has 5 business days to challenge the election in court. Right now, its main concern is making sure these irregularities do not happen again.
And the greatest problem that we have is that, as everyone knows, Wisconsin's a battleground state in 2012 for the presidential election. What we cannot have is the world, the United States, descending on the state of Wisconsin and perhaps Racine County or the city of Racine and having a repeat of what we had in Florida in 2000. That cannot happen. We have to have our election officials who take their duties seriously, who follow the law and enforce the law when we have our elections, so that we can have integrity in our voting system.
For the McIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmolsky.